Okay, we'll give this a wee second, make sure we're working. Let's see. Alright, folks. Been through hell and back. We're at the camper tonight, and let me just tell you, it's been a day. Where do I start? Well, first off, let me fix my audio here so I'm not hearing myself in my own headphones. Alright, hopefully we're still working. Alright, as usual, we'll go ahead and hook up Kynto. Activate the avatar chat. Hopefully it all works. Oh no. It's not firing up. I wonder if a key's burned. That'd be funny if I did all this setup for nothing. But coming out to the camper today, my little English miniature bulldog had symptoms of heat stroke, and I couldn't get him to cool down or calm down. So $1,500 later and a vet visit, he's okay, but I'm worried. Did pick up some human food, so we're going to dig into that. But I think before we do anything, I'm going to have to switch out our API keys here. It looks like the API key's burnt, which is kind of problematic. Let's see if we can get our YouTube chat back up, because it's kind of important. If you see all the amount of setup I've had to do here to bring the Kynto streams to the camper, it's pretty ridiculous. I will not be very happy if we can't. Yeah, it looks like the API key may be burnt. Shite. Let's try and get it up. I do have multiple API keys, we'll just break it off. How am I going to do this? Spin up another terminal instance of screen here. To be safe, I'm going to blank out my development environment. But yeah, guys, I'm not exaggerating. Today has been absolutely crazy. $1,500 later. But first things first, we need to get YouTube avatars back online. So give me a minute here while I get that set up. YouTube has a limit on the amount of API requests we can make, and might have burnt through that. I hope the server didn't get burnt. Play CD. So off screen here, I'm just going to rotate the YouTube API keys until we get up. It's kind of important to me that this all works. Probably be safe to just blank out my screen momentarily. Bear with me, guys. We stumbled into this avatar chat development stream that integrates into live chat. And what I'm going to do is just rotate the keys that's used to power it. Low key, okay. Hopefully this guess is up, guys. Picked up some food, so today was very expensive. Should be in good shape soon. Alright, let's go ahead and reactivate CodeCam. Development. The front end, everything's coded in JavaScript, including the front and back end here. Now I've rotated this key, what I'm going to do is see if we can get avatar chats back. Oh no, what's happened? It's possible I pushed a bad update. Right, what's happening here? No live is up, it's definitely up. Maybe it's just not fetching the key automatically. So we'll go ahead and manually populate that. If any of you guys are regular viewers, you'll notice that the backdrop's a wee bit different tonight, yeah? To YouTube video ID, start polling. No, we have an issue here. Quite an issue. Undefined live chat ID. And that's on local and well, let's see. Yeah, why isn't it working? We're using the API within YouTube's terms, so there should be no issues here, but there's certainly an issue. What we may have to do is do a quick code review on some of the changes that I made last night for live chat stuff. I added some effects. I added some effects when someone likes the YouTube channel, or likes the video live stream, or when they subscribe. So what we're going to do is look at the changes I made last night. File history, file history. I can get of fetch YouTube effects. Here's what we're looking at. Do not see anything that should break yet. Typically, when you come on the stream, you're able to just chat right into live chat, it reads it out, everyone hears you when it goes through moderation. The server's not connecting, and we're not. What's going on, guys? Open it, Hey, computer cyber. Hey, Bruce. Typically, our comments are supposed to be getting read out by this whole system I've created. Last night we were just working on Kick, got that working. Supports Discord and Twitch. However, it's possible that YouTube API is banned on the server, but we're doing Today's been crazy. I had to take the dog to the vet, and he had a heat stroke. We were here 5 minutes. And I had to turn the AC on. Florida's quite warm. And within 5 minutes of the dog being here, I was basically driving on the way to the emergency vet, 7 p.m. It cost, was it $1,400 to get him looked at. Of course, he's completely fine now. But bloody hell, get pet insurance. That's all I can say. This is quite problematic that we're not able to connect to the YouTube API to pull live chats. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kill this front-facing camera so I can get right up close to the computer and see what the hell's going on here. So show you what's supposed to be happening. Pull this over here. The front end's coded in React, Canvas, and WebGL. It's got your avatar layer, and then you have the React UI. And what it's supposed to be doing is triggering the backend to connect to the YouTube live chat, and it automatically pulls in the YouTube video ID. Well, we did a 3-hour stream last night. It's pretty fun. And I noticed at the end of the night, by the time I was finished coding some features, that the key was no longer connected. What I'd do manually, what I would do is I'd come in here, just copy the video ID, paste it into my system here, and then it goes ahead and asks YouTube for the live chat ID, which is different. What I could do just off screen here, generate new Google API keys, which is always risky when live, isn't it? But I can even test this without coming on live, so it's developing something for the live chat, which requires a live stream to be up. Console. Okay. Logged in the right account. Yes, we are. What I'm going to do is remove the restrictions I put on the key. I put some geo restrictions as well. Let's go ahead and kill that. Don't restrict key. You still want to restrict it. Just give it access to YouTube. Okay. This will take a few minutes to update. Hey Christian, just getting set up here. The whole point of this is I sit here and live develop all sorts of integrations for live stream chats, and everyone gets an avatar, everyone gets a unique TTS voice, it reads out your message, and I kind of build it alongside with chat. Typically, folks that come on here have ideas to what's coded. What's interesting about tonight's stream, other than YouTube not connecting the API, is I'm at the camper. Typically I'm in my house. Let's try this again. Still not connecting. Let's try on the local. Okay, so we have local up. Check this out. I told you guys this works. See, Bruce's message came through, Cyber's message came through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push a key change to the secret server in production. I'm going to blank out my screen for this, and we'll get that right up back online. So black out the screen, bring this right back. Everything looks good. Okay, quickly do this, and screen is blacked out. Save it over here. The worst thing you could do is when live coding the system. The worst thing you want to do is make any API key changes, secret server or not, and you do not want to display any of that stuff. It's a good way to have a very bad night or a bad day. Okay, so I'm going to do this in terminal. So yeah, momentarily you'll get to see the Jenkins pipeline and everything run, so that's always exciting, isn't it? CDN, CD release, nano template. So good. Wait a minute here, and then we'll be up in business. Let's change this one. Let's get that. I'll commit this change to 7. Right, almost back up. Push. Let's close that out. That looks good. Alright, I think we're almost ready to bring the screen back. Bring this back over. Right. Fingers crossed, folks. Jenkins. Okay. Be connected to open VPN for this trigger. We are connected, so it should load. That'd be hilarious if I can't connect to my build server that's the house. Welcome to development in a camper. So I have a build server running at home. I'm connected via VPN. And it is running. Just might have to be patient while it decides to load up or not. Okay, so I could trigger a build on my phone, which is just hilarious. Come on, Jenkins. What we could do is disconnect and then reconnect. Right, let's connect to the, you know what, we'll do it from a hotspot on the phone because it's guaranteed to work. Alright. I'd go for it. Also, my house has been robbed right now, and that's why I can't connect. Okay, now we're good. Let's try this again. Jenkins, I need you. Hyper aware of the dog right now because it cost me $1,500 today. I guess I'm installing OpenVPN on my phone. The server already populated. I think I can send it over Is it airdrop? Let's see if we can find it. Is the PPN file even called? There we go. Right, airdrop. Where are they? Come on, big boy, you can do it. There we go. I'm sending myself the airdrop with six files. So, profile. You can find there. Select your device. Alright, we're typing it manually then. Okay. There, we should set it up. This is bloody madness. Oh, come on. might redo. Oh. Yeah, no, 100%. And I'll tell you, when I first started streaming up here, what I'd do is I'd spend like a couple of weeks, putting together an update, and then I would come on and then stream for about 20 minutes, like demonstrating what I got done. Like once I confirmed everything worked and everything was smooth. And, as you can imagine, that didn't do very well. Plus, I tell folks that come on here all the time, interested in learning how to code. It doesn't matter how much experience you have. It's just if anything, experience teaches you that you just the process is problem solving to the end, and you're just going to run into stuff. And what we're running into right now isn't even code related. It's just connecting to my bloody build server at home. We're hung up on that. What I might have to do is just restart this computer because it can load all sorts of weird network conflicts. Like, it loads YouTube and that's about it. Let's see, and if I can't do it on the computer I'm using to stream from, that's a problem because that would kill our stream connecting to the VPN. Let's see, did your comment coming in local? Is all that still working? Okay, so we break our local over here. Let's kick this YouTube. Start calling here. To test it locally, we need to be in a VPN. It's a quick reboot of this. Just roll that out. What does work right now is Discord and Twitch chat. The problem is here is I just need to rerun the build process to pick up the updated key for YouTube. That's what we ran into tonight. As you can see, it's network issues that just limited to my my environment. It's impacting everything. So let me just do a quick reboot over here, and then at the very least we can work through some of the kick problems I ran into. The library that wraps, scrapes kick live chat and exposes it through WebSockets essentially requires Puppeteer, and I need to add that to my container dependencies in Docker to get that working. So that was kind of what the plan was to work on tonight. And secondary to that was the TTSQ. We've not had an opportunity to see that work yet, but most of the folks that are regulars here will be pretty shocked to see that not working. It's pretty bulletproof, but like I said, I'm out of network and I need to be able to connect to Jenkins at home to trigger a rebuild. See that little office space reference? It's how today feels. All right, connected fine this time. Let's see if actually closing Jenkins. No. Curious if the iPhone has a VPN support built in, but I'm curious if you just connect an open VPN server, just trigger it from a body phone, that would work. You know what? I think we could just like literally connect to the server running the container and then attach to the file structure and go see if we could do it dirty just to get us rolling. It's worth a shot, isn't it? Okay. Let's confirm that. We are technically connected to my home network because I'm able to SSH into the server, the production server, no problem, which is logged down to my home network's IP. So that's fine. That's right, we need to bring up the DB instance stuff to compose up ODB container -- build D. Computer cyber is backend and front end, so pull down your comments into the chat there, but this is running on local. This is like development build. Problem with that is I don't have that all hooked up into the stream system here. But what's cool about this project, just so you know, ignore this crap up here, I implemented my own screen sharing, video camera sharing. It's over WebRTC. What's cool about that is it's peer-to-peer, and it let me like basically assemble this stream and lets me do different camera angles. It lets me pull in my code environment. Like here I'm doing it in local. The avatars and the tiles kind of represent all the live chatters that are like part of the stream as I develop it. And then say I want to throw in a camera angle, just pull up my phone, I'd go to this local IP to share it, and boom, it shows on the screen. So yeah, that answers that. I'll leave this up so I can at least hear you guys on local while I investigate what's going on with the production server, which is what feeds on YouTube the bottom part of the screen. Yeah. If you try the chat up here now, you should be able to control this. It's reporting this up. I believe. Yeah, it says active. And that's that. I do also have Discord links in my profile. That live chat's up. And I'm not going to throw this up on any other services until I resolve what's going on here. So take a little minute here and take a look at what I can do. Game configuration. Connecting to home network, hopefully on the phone. Hey Kevin, how you doing? Yeah, see, system is working. It's just I'm able to push that key up to prod. I wanted to test out. I added a bunch of effects, like I coded some sound effects, some camera stuff when people like the live streams to help like drive up engagement, and then subscriber counter goes up as well.
Bruce Christensen says your first thumbs up. You're doing great, kid.
We're up in production, guys. You should be able to hear it. So I don't know what the hell was preventing all that from working, but we're up. I still can't push out any build changes tonight, so that's problematic. But I can still code, and I can still hear you guys. And I appreciate the thumbs up. There's a couple of things that I finished up yesterday that I didn't get an opportunity to see working. We're gonna trigger the subpointer script to start pulling. Alright, so next time someone subscribes, it should basically trigger that, like the reaction was supposed to occur. A wee bit more scatterbrained than usual today because of the environment. I'm basically camping tonight, and my dog had a heat stroke within 5 minutes of me getting here. Take to the vet, $1,500 later. Obviously worth it. I love that bloody dog, but we weren't even here 5 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. Like, I didn't even get. Okay, so we're gonna test out which routes to IO. Let's see, what did I call it? Let's hop into, so I suppose controlling the WebSocket here, like through Express, so it can basically connect to the Rooms WebSocket, which is what, you know, how all the avatars can instantaneously be fed and updated by the integrations as well as the web app and the phone app. But I did expose some APIs for Express, which let us do get requests to this little Stream Deck here. The buttons can trigger server actions. So hopefully you're following me there.
Plus 10 new likes.
Alright, well that's a bug. Try again.
Plus 10 new likes.
I wish that was the case, but it's not. We have 1 like, so we've got a bug to fix there. Keep an eye on the sub count. If it goes up, then we'll test the sub counter. Alright. Bloody hell. Picked up some Cuban food. I'll kill the face cam. Eat a little bit and let's get coding. Yeah, I was at the vet's tonight. What I'll do is I'll trigger this on local, and I should have access to one logging.
Suraj Kanagia says HII, sir.
Hey, welcome. How are you doing? Happy weekend. It's nice having the chat system back. I've grown accustomed to it. Developing without it feels weird. Even sitting there debugging why it's not working, it's like missing something. And when I first started streaming, of course I had no one watching. I literally caught the videos coding into the void. And the ironic part is I was coding a social tool. Funny how that works.
One new subscriber.
Thank you. You just tested out that system. At least that works. So it's just our like counter. It's
I'm
busted.
a computer science student from India, and I want to become a data *********************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************************ッ to keep my focus.
Oh, you want to become a data analyst? Well, you just gave me what we're going to do is look at the bad word filter tonight. It's a little sensitive. I should probably separate that out a little bit since I'm relying on AI to moderate as well. Your main focus, so you want to be a data analyst. So it sounds like your focus would be, correct me if I'm wrong, but like databases, data lakes, that sort of stuff, right? I'd also want to be familiar with data structures, like for NoSQL, JSON. Be my first thoughts. Is there a specific company or a specific job that you would like a position in? And what made you want to be a data analyst over anything else?
Like I've good knowledge of Excel and Python.
That'll give you a leg up. I know people that do that are in even database management that don't know how to use scripting languages, but they're comfortable with, you know, SQL.
One new subscriber.
Awesome. Still working. Good stuff.
So I don't know from where to S asterisk asterisk.
Let's see what word is blocking. I can fix that while we're on stream, hopefully. So you don't know where to start. How far into your computer science degree? India is definitely going through a boom right now with American companies. A lot of the ones I work with, like I've helped to integrate.
2 years.
2 years, okay. That's pretty good. Okay, I ask what makes you want to be a data analysis as opposed to just like a developer or going into like DevOps or something? Is it just something you're interested in? Okay, let's disconnect this from local so we don't eat up all our requests. YouTube has a limit of 10,000 requests in a 24-hour period, so you can get that bumped up. But dealing with Google is a bit of a nightmare when you're not a giant corporation. This is the TTS panel I'm speaking about right now. If someone speaks...
Powered by developer.
Ah, I see. Okay. Yeah, you're incredibly helpful for executives and companies, helping them understand where they're making money and where they're not. Have you looked into the services or platforms that you would be working in? Let's see. I can't remember what we use. Our company, I believe they use Microsoft's Power BI. That's something that I've seen in like the last 10 or so years, is like the specialization within the software. When I started programming, it's quite common to be like, I'm speaking as a developer's perspective, like now for development, when it comes to web, backend and front end are basically segregated. Whereas when I started, it was full stack, wasn't even really the word, it was just you were a web developer. But I'd imagine you'd be dealing with like a lot of mapping and transformations. Python will definitely give you a leg up there. The one bit of advice that I give to people that are developing or want to be developers, and I don't know if it carries over to data analysis, is pet projects or personal projects. Like if you can work on projects just on your own time outside of school, outside of work, like you're gonna it's gonna make it easier for you to like adapt to new platforms and new asks. So I guess that's a question for you. How do you start being a data analyst right now? see if I can connect using. So speaking of data, I use MongoDB for my collection structure.
Still not. I've not applied yet in any company because they are asking for experience, and I'm not getting right platform to where to apply.
I understand. So when I started developing, I'll tell you, I started coding around 11 or 12 years old. So I didn't go the traditional university route. Although I was enrolled in university, both in the UK and America, I got in a motorcycle accident at 18. So it kind of threw all that off. I wasn't able to show up to my classes. But what got me my first job was having a portfolio. I was able to go in there and basically show work to the company, and I was able to demonstrate experience, and it kind of made it easier for them to, you know, give me a go. And once you get your first job, it's much easier to move on after
Christian
that.
Barrero says you are an OG.
I'm a what? OG. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's actually kind of shocking because technically not that old. I'm in my early 30s, but I almost like play down my experience when it comes to talking about it in teams. All right, let's take a look at this. So I'm not sure how much you can see on YouTube, just due to the portrait view, but NoSQL made the best. Not using a SQL database made more sense here just because of the way the avatar rooms are composed. Each tile is like editable and can be placed, and you can have rooms that like have 100,000 tiles, and they all can have different properties, and you can put items on it, avatars. So it just like kind of made sense to go NoSQL right here. I'll give you a. Let's see what word was banned. It was not supposed to be. I might do this off screen. I don't know if YouTube will flag me. And I'll tell you, like professionally and stuff, I've taken jobs or projects and jobs where other people wouldn't. Like that's how I got into iPhone development originally with Objective-C, and even most recently at my company with Switch UI. I see it as if you could get paid to learn a new technology or platform, and you're confident you can do it and accomplish it, and the company is willing to give you the opportunity, you should take it. It's kind of like paid schooling in a way. But that confidence should be founded in like experience as well. I'm not saying just, you know, don't put yourself in a situation you can't get out of. So what happened at the company I'm at now is they went through downsizing, as a lot of tech companies have, especially in the past 2 years or so, or maybe a wee bit longer. Fired a lot of people or laid them off, and they still didn't want to switch up their deadlines for getting projects done. So the first to go were contractors and contract teams who. We didn't have any in-house application pods, teams. So cleared all them out and basically put a call out. And then my manager was aware of the fact that I'd worked on mobile apps before, because I actually demonstrated a build a Kynto when I applied for that job. So he remembered that, and he's like, he told his boss, and they ended up pulling me into iPhone development with Switch UI. And I made it clear to them at the time, I was like, look, I built iPhone apps with React Native, I built them with Objective-C, but I'm not familiar with Switch UI. And they're like, well, that's fine. You know, I'm sure you'll figure it out. And I'm like, well, as long as you understand that. And it worked out okay. I was there for a year, literally till they released the application, and about 2 months ago. And it's been doing quite well since. I did kind of, even within that team, I deliberately focus more on the UI and user experience aspects, which I'm like way more familiar with than like that type of setting anyway. Like I don't want to be working with like one of the asks for that application is like it's heavy on GPS, it's heavy on maps and kind of routing and all that stuff. So I just kind of volunteered for all this stuff that was not so much that. Like, and I avoided like integrations and stuff with
I work on mobile apps, but hybrid ones. I use React Native.
Awesome. Yeah, no, React Native is incredibly powerful. I love React Native. I'll give you I've used I'll give you an example here. So for Kynto, I built this, what this project's called. I built an Electron wrapper for Kynto. Why did I do that? Well, I wanted to put together a Steam Deck app, first of all, so you could like download it on Steam. Second of all, I coded, I don't know if you've seen it, Christian, but I showed this ability to share your screen. Let me just do that into the stream right now. Let's see. Second. Makes sense. Which one is this? Oh, I need to enable background streams. Give me a second. So I use WebRTC. It's an interesting technology. You should look into it if you're not familiar with it. I wasn't before I did this. Okay, cool. So show my code environment effectively twice for you. One of them is coming through WebRTC, right? And I'm just basically capturing screen, nothing crazy there. But Electron wrapping this project in a web view, and then I use post message to basically communicate between Electron and Kynto here to send the mouse coordinates and what's being typed on the keyboard. And then on the Electron side, I have permissions to basically use the accessibility API, so I could use a library called nodejs, and it's actually I think folks use it for like automation and stuff, but I kind of like just built my own remote desktop protocol with it, because you can use JavaScript to make your mouse go to a specific coordinate and then right or left click. So I was quite easily able to take what I just showed you here and implement my own RDP with that. You can actually open some of the code. It's not even like that crazy. It's just all these layers add up on each other. So this is the Electron layer route. What I'm looking for is RDP. So in here, all I did was set up a bunch of mappings for you typing in an input field essentially on your keyboard on like over a video, which plays the screen capture, and then I just replay these keys into the host machine running the Electron app. And I set that up originally so I could control OBS all from within Kynto. So I wanted to just make it easy for me to do streams and like control them from the phone or from the computer. So I wouldn't have to do what I did tonight, where I had to lug all my computers and all my streaming equipment to the camper in order to do the stream. So pretty cool. Stick around. I will be wrapping this up and getting this up. So and I also have a React Native build. Sweet, I'm glad you're following me on that. It's kind of hard to get it out. That's why I thought it'd help to show some of the code here. I'm a big proponent of a hybrid app development because, yeah, you just do so bloody much. And I think one of the reasons I didn't finish this up is I was like trying to get it so I could use it to play games like Portal on my cell phone, but through this little system, and getting the key input to work properly was like a little weird. Like holding down an arrow key. There's just all sorts of intricacies on like making that work properly. You can't just dispatch the key once. Found out with nodejs you could like mark a key as down and then release it later. So that's what we have here, press and release. But it's still not 100% right. Like, but it was enough to kind of demonstrate the idea. And then on the React native layer, all I did was like basically once again pulling Kynto as a web view, but I did set it up so I could just like pull in notifications and stuff, and screen sharing from the phone, so that way I could screen capture the phone. But there's so many different directions you can go.
One new subscriber.
Cheers for that. Let's see. Ooh. And folks, make sure you join that Discord if you can. We've been building up a little community over there. Right. Let me hide this. My call button. Okay, and trigger calls and stuff. Activate another camera here. Works. That's better. Ooh, it's not better. It's disable background stream, so I won't mess around with that. There we go. What else is worth showing? Do a quick demonstration to see if the Discord works now in here. I always do it from my phone if not. Alright, cool. So, one of the big things I've been doing, Christian, is setting up a bunch of different integrations. I coded like a little plugin integration system for live chats. It's going to Kynto. But, let's see if I can actually start up on Kick and Twitch right now so I can demonstrate it as well. Start streaming. Start Kick. Alright. Okay, cool. Alright, so what I'm looking for, live stream chat. It's gonna have to fix that. Alright, so in Kynto, still got to clean up UI. It's only for me right now, but eventually I'm gonna let anyone that wants to use this to host a stream to do it. But if I go into Discord here, click Start Connection, that should be connected now. Hello from Discord.
Discord_CodeLoch_mobile says hello from Discord.
Alright, now let's try. See if we're up on Twitch. I'm going to generate a token for this actually. I've just been going mad with integrations. So let me generate a token off screen here. I need to code a UI button to automate it. I have everything else automated other than Twitch. We're actually, it might be worth doing that. It's a small thing I could probably get done tonight. Token. Okay, Twitch, channel CodeLoch. Start connection. Alright, now Twitch should be active. So if I break this out, testing Twitch again.
Twitch_CodeLoch says testing Twitch again.
So right there, you see 3 different systems all playing together. But I'm not going to start Kick, even though I have that coded. It's only working on local, and I'm going to show you why actually. Let's see, I need an instance of local. Alright. Should also like add some sort of like color identifier to the UI to make it easy for me to not forget which one I'm playing in. Alright, so if I go to chat here, I'm going to click on Kick, it's going to activate, it should work. It's just confirm it's local. Start connection, cool. So you're not going to hear this one read out, and there's a reason for that. See right there, it works. Problem with Kick though, let me terminate it right now, just in case. So I was investigating the library that essentially makes this all possible, to see if it's even required to use this library, but it looks like they're scraping the live chat. I don't know if they implement themselves, and to scrape it they're using Puppeteer. I don't have that set up on the container on the server that I'm essentially using to host all of this, so that was one of the open questions. It's like, is this worth setting up? So essentially it's setting up like an invisible instance of Chrome, and then opening that Chrome instance, and then executing all the JavaScript and everything, and then scraping live chat. But I didn't have a chance to really investigate what they were doing here. Let's see. It's like document query selector, like this is literally running a Chrome instance. I'm guessing they're doing that is because there's no official live chat support. Is that why? Let's see. Might just be a RESTful API, and that's why this person went to that extent. It's the live chat situation for YouTube is pretty gross. I'm sure you've seen some of the code. It's not WebSockets, it's not PubSub, there's no sort of webhooks. You essentially have to hold an API and continually ask it if there's any chat messages, which isn't what they're doing on the YouTube experience. You go to youtube.com or the app. So I'm wondering if that's what's happening here as well. Yeah, it's like it's a RESTful API, so that explains why that library that found. Yeah, that's folks. So it might be worth seeing what we could do to get Puppeteer working with Docker. So someone like Twitch and Discord that has a nice live chat API. Ooh. A lot of dependencies. So there is a Docker image for Puppeteer, but would I want to run the Kynto server there? I'm not sure about that. We might be doing a RESTful implementation, or what we might, another option is to set up essentially a microservice like container that will just handle wrapping up Kick's live chat. And then we just connect to that with a WebSocket on our end. I think I like that better. To be fair, I've never used Kick, I've never watched anything there. But I enjoy the challenge of integrating this stuff. I'm sure someone's done something similar for YouTube. So as I said, it doesn't support WebSockets out the box. There's no pub/sub. There's no webhooks. Just polling. See, the AI right here is hallucinating. This isn't true. I dug into this. And, that's why you'll see me just using Google, because while I value AI and I do use it to help with ideation and stuff, and it's absolutely terrible when it comes to exporting like documentations for services, because like it's sort of hallucinating that YouTube exposes a public API for WebSockets. Let's see. Yeah, see, someone here is using Selenium, which is another Puppeteer solution, essentially. So they didn't use the docs, they just generated that from the Stack Overflow response. So someone implemented their own solution. It's annoying. Okay, here we go. I clarified it. I'm curious your guys' thoughts on what AI is going to do to folks that are like new to learning programming. I think it's actually going to discourage them. Because you're only going to get so far with it. I'll tell you, building little games, little network games and stuff, invaluable for anyone that's building like modern web apps and stuff, because I work with some fantastic developers that have never used WebSockets in their life, don't even know why they would. But as soon as you want to build like a little network game or an MMO or something, you immediately realize like, oh yeah, why wouldn't you use WebSockets? You want to reduce latency, you want to be able to handle events instantly without polling. One of the projects I used in the past before WebSockets were introduced to the web browsers was it was a Python project called Comet.js. Let's see if we can find anything on it today. It basically allowed you to simulate WebSockets. There was a couple of solutions back then. One was using Flash Player, which had socket support, and it would just like post message to the window, and then you could subscribe on JavaScript with that, but that required Flash. Which the whole point of building a web game is not using Flash. This basically opened a long pole connection with a server essentially, and it would just never close, and then you would just be able to receive data that way. And if you wanted to send data, it would just open like essentially like a post request every time you sent a message to the server, and then it just acted as a bridge connecting that to like a traditional socket server, which did it in C# then. See if I can find any code about it. One of those things that barely even find anything on it now. Yeah. Comment. This refers to web applications that offer sustained two-way interaction using persistent HTTP connections to simulate real-time communication. Overcomes limitations of traditional page-by-page web model and typical polling methods by holding a connection open for the server to push updates to the client. I don't really understand how it worked back then. I just it did work, and it was a brilliant solution for what it was. Stopgap. And then obviously WebSockets came in. That was amazing to just have that built into the browser. And you have WebRTC today, which is taking WebSockets to a whole other level.
One new subscriber.
Folks, just a reminder, there's Discord links on my YouTube profile channel. Go ahead and make sure you join that if you can. That wee bit of history over, can we get back on Jenkins? No, of course not. How am I going to get around that? Let's see.
Nezapozlan 123 says no internet.
Hey Neza, I don't know if you noticed, I'm not at the home office tonight. I'm essentially camping. I have a build server at the house. And I have a VPN. I'm connected to it. I'm literally able to, like, I have a local IP as if I'm on the network. I'm able to test everything as if I'm connected to it, but my build server's not letting me connect. So I spent some time trying to get through that. Didn't get anywhere. And another note, I don't know if you heard, but I had to go to the emergency vet today with my dog. Scared the crap out of me. Basically overheated to the point he couldn't breathe. And he's a miniature bulldog, which is I don't know why people breed these dogs. He's a brilliant dog, but he's a rescue. You pay a lot of money for them. They can't breathe properly, and they can't cool themselves down. So just me taking him on a car ride and coming to the camper and turning on the AC, not even 5 minutes of being here, he's scared me enough that I paid $1,500 on a credit card to get him seen by a vet tonight. So it's been an expensive day. I'm supposed to come here, get the dog settled, get set up for a stream tonight. We'll have a wee bit of scotch and go walk down to the beach and just have a nice night. But life isn't like that. What should we work on? If we can't push anything out, maybe work on some TTS stuff. Yeah, may as well start there. Let's lay out a schema for TTS messages so you can build up a queue. There's a couple of reasons why I want to persist it in the MongoDB database. One, let's say the integration between YouTube and my project here, Kynto, severed for a reason, right? Like you see tonight, that's a possibility. This way we can queue up all the messages, so once that connection is re-established, they could get read out. Another reason I want to do it is because I want to build up a queue. Right now, if a bunch of people start talking in the chats, I essentially cut each other off. And we could just do all that in like browser instance, but that's kind of dirty. Like, I want to build like a proper TTS control panel. So I started laying out the UI for it. This is what's going to look like. If you can see it, I'll zoom in a bunch more.
Path__success says, bro, I want known that can we create own payment gateway?
Let's see this. Can you explain that a wee bit more? Like, you want to set up like your own like PayPal, or like what do you want to do? Or you run payments, or you have to clarify for me. It's 4 in the morning and I've had quite a day. But we're here. As you can see though, I use the browser for TTS. I use the browser for everything. There's a ton of voices built into it. Plus you can create some more variants by adjusting the pitch and the rate at which it's read. So I don't know how many is here. Like, let's just say there's 20, right? By manipulating the pitch, you can change that into like 40, then add in the speed at which it's read exponentially more. So just like randomly assigning a different rate and a different pitch or a different voice for each person. It's important for me to persist it, that way you guys can have like similar voice on each stream, and that's pretty sweet. And then that gives me the ability to come back and maybe let you guys choose what voice you get. I don't know why I've not seen other TTS systems do that, like give in charge unique voices, because that way by ear we can maybe eventually like learn what specific chatters sound like. That's the idea. So some folks beat me up for not using TypeScript for every part of this project, and that's okay. I like to.
Because you know that
JavaScript.
PayPal wires all charge commission, and I want to avoid that because I'm building hotel QR menu. It's like SaaS I will provide to admin to hotel, they will add menu items.
Interesting. Do you have the first question that come to mind there is you still need someone to run the payments for you, right? I know you could do all sorts of stuff for cryptocurrency. I've seen a couple of people that try to get me involved in projects like for CBD markets in America and stuff. Banking is difficult. So one of the solutions was, I'm going to butcher this explanation at 4 in the morning, but essentially it would buy like a coin in the background, run a credit card charge for that, and then that coin would be used to complete a transaction. And then when the company wanted paid, they would take that coin and essentially withdraw it into USD again. But even if you create your own payment gateway, you're still going to need someone to run those cards for you. But you could definitely get it cheaper than, likely get it cheaper than what PayPal's doing at least. But you'd still need some way to run that card and charge them. But you can get creative with how.
Oh, okay.
All it means is, like, if you do the legwork in finding a cheaper processor and you implement it in your, like, I'm sure you're offering Like, what other features would you like to offer to Hotel? So why specifically do you want to create a payment gateway for? Let me read it again. I want to avoid to build a hotel QR menu. Okay. So it sounds like you already have do you have a client already that would use this, or is it like, what made you think of this idea, I guess is my question. All right, let's find the schema here, do some work.
Like I'm making this project for 1200 USD, is it okay?
I'll tell you one thing, buddy. It's pretty common for, at least myself, when I charge people individually for stuff, I always underestimate the amount of effort that it physically takes me to do something. Or let's just say undervalue it. Like, I built a solution for the CBD industry that I just described, and I charged something ridiculous like that. They made so much money on that, man. It's not even funny. And that was only a couple of years ago that I made that dumb decision. I'm glad I coded it though. It's a fun project to work on. Like I said, I completely terrible at pricing my own stuff. But there's going to be opportunities that you want to just take just to get the experience as well. And sometimes it leads to a relationship where you get ongoing work with the company, which is a good thing. So I'm going to set up a schema for TTS chat, right? That's what I want to do.
Can you check this is project?
If you want to join the Discord, you can message me directly in there, like DM and stuff. I'm happy to go through anything that you want to show, 100%, on or off stream. Just so you folks know, I do use MJS as well, but there is some tech debt in this project. Some of them are recent plugins have been implemented in MJS, specifically just because some libraries are exported. It's easier to import this way, but there's a massive amount of code that still exists in the common JS world. So I've had some people ask me, it's like some generally curious why I prefer JavaScript. Others ask. One guy was a little bit rude about it, and I understand that. I'm a bit of a snob when it comes to programming as well. But
Zaraki says I would like to ask you a question.
Yes, please do.
One new subscriber. I learned Nest.js, but do you think Express is important?
Yeah, absolutely. So I use, let's think through this, right? In XJS, from my understanding, you'd be using that to like render like React components, like generate the HTML essentially on the back end and send it out, right? And some of the benefits of that are like search engines, being able to process that. When it comes to Express, would be useful if you want to set up like consumable APIs. Like you just want to build like an API that could be consumed by like another application that isn't React, or it could be Vue, or it could be a mobile application, and you want to expose like something there. Like I've had to build a lot of I use WebSockets for most of the communication in Kynto, which works for a lot of things, and some things it doesn't.
On DC.
Why isn't this a... You see the internet issues I'm dealing with over here? It's insane. Okay, sweet, you're on Discord. Yep, Express is important. It'll help you make reusable consumable APIs 100%. And it's easy. Like you're not going to be running it
Thanks,
crazy.
bro.
You're just... Yeah, of course. Guys, make sure you subscribe as well. I'll be back at the house tomorrow in the office, and I won't have any internet issues connected to a build server, and we'll be back to knocking stuff out. So I usually get on here. I try and get on nightly now. I've got to the point where I can actually sit here and code in front of folks, which is nuts. It's not always been that way. That's, if you look at the history of the channel, that's a relatively new thing. I'm gonna have to open Discord on my phone because it's not loading on my computer. So I'm actually in a camper about 5 minutes from the ocean, which is pretty sweet. My house is I live in a swamp, but I have 2 acres of land out there, so it makes it worth it. Yeah, but the weekend I like to get out here. I've just not been able to stream out here for obvious reasons. All right. Cool. ADV code developer. I think that's you, right?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, if I didn't have that vet emergency today, I would be able to
But don't
show
you feel
Kynto.
scared?
What's that? Well, funny enough, I'm not from here. I'm actually from Scotland, so this is... I'm not from this area originally, but I do love it. But like I said, today I had to go to the vet because my dog overheated just coming out here. $1,500.
I mean near the swamp, so you will be lonely.
Ah, well, I actually enjoy my own company, but yeah, no, that's part of it. So originally why I got that spot out there is because I also enjoy growing fruit trees and stuff. Like I have like large mature fruit trees out there, and I was 20 and working 2 jobs when I got that place. And I pay a mortgage on it still, but it's worth way more than I bought it for. Oh. But like I said, I'm already a long way from my family. My family's 5,000 miles away. But yeah, I guess that's one of the reasons I'm here on the coast and I have this little place, at least for the summer, is because, you know, I do enjoy, like I was able to go pick up food tonight from a Cuban spot. It's open 24 hours. You'll be able to do that where I live. And it's only 45 minutes away, but, you know, dark roads, that's a long time at night. But it was important for me to have my own spot, my own house. Like, I used to live in this city, actually. So where I'm at right now, where this camper is, the house up front, when I first moved to America, that's where my mum and my brother and I lived. We lived in there. And my mum doesn't own it, it's a family friend that owns it now. And I lived in like 3 or 4 houses just on this very block right here when I became an adult. And I got driven out of here by code enforcement. They seen that I had too many plants in my back garden, and then they came in my house and they said, you have too many computer cables. I'm not kidding. They give me crap for my setup. I'm like, look, I don't know what you're talking about. I need computers. So I found a spot all away from that, away from all the code enforcement, away from all the people. But now they're like, all the people are moving out there now. They built 2 or 3 cities around me. It's crazy. Not good cities. It's not like this one where it's like by the coast. Uh-oh, did we lose Kynto?
Crazy.
Yeah. I guess we don't lose Kynto because we can still hear you. That's cool. Yeah.
Can you check these folded hands?
Checking. Alright, did you join this server? Would send you a friend request on there? I think this is you. Are you ADV code developer?
Yeah, ADV developer.
Alright, cool. I sent you a friend request so you could DM me on there. Alright, sweet. Don't hack my iPhone.
We're you adding each other.
Yes, Araki, make sure you join the Discord as well so you can keep tabs on the project. And there's a bunch of us up there that some of us are experienced developers, other ones are wanting to learn. Okay, so click on my profile on YouTube. And when you click on the profile, you know, you click about me, it has like all the links. I can't put it in the video description. I get like YouTube won't show my video if I do that, but you have to click my profile on YouTube. It's a good looking site, bud.
I send you see.
Yeah, I do see it. That's a smart idea too. If I could open it on my development computer, I'd be able to pull it up, but I'm looking at myself. Can you tell us a little bit about what you coded it in? That's a good idea, using QR codes for menus to like make it digital. That would be easy for people to put in orders right from their phone. You know, the kitchen will know exactly what to bring out. It's good.
I send you login details also.
Okay, sweet. If you're comfortable with it, we could go for it on a stream tomorrow night as well. We got a proper look. When I say tomorrow night, that's tomorrow night for me. It's probably daytime for you. I'm not sure where you're at in the world. It's very, very smooth. Yeah, you just need a... You could run payments for this as well. You could add your own additional tax for the service, man. That's sweet. Once again, I'm curious, what made you come up with the idea? Yeah, it's got good UX, snappy, good UX for inputting menu items and viewing them. Like it's, you've got the B2B aspect and the B2C essentially. Hold on.
Like hotel owner, add menu items and it will display on menu URL. You can see in dashboard there is preview menu button and QR, so in hotel table there is QR. They will scan and can order items.
Yeah, 100%. I was able to get that right away from just looking at it. Like when I say you have good UX, like good user experience, like I was able to instantly tell its function just by the BTC aspect, which is like, you know, the customer actually ordering from the company. Which I believe, like, that's what I mean by that. And then the B2B aspect where you're actually letting the restaurants or hotels set up the menus themselves. And like I said, if you implement payments yourself, you could charge an additional fee on top of each order, even if it's like, I don't know, 2 or 3% on an order. You make a lot of money. And you don't have to worry about preparing the food. You have none of the responsibilities or insurance costs for any of that stuff. So you're in a win-win position with this idea, man. Well done. I'll ask you tomorrow if I can click through it on stream, because I'd like to open up just the code that I can see on the browser, even just to see the JavaScript you generated and stuff. I'd be curious just to have a poke through it. But like I said on the phone, it's smooth. Where's my camera frozen? I think it is.
I send you asterisk asterisk a link, you can see my source code.
Fantastic, yeah. I'm gonna start breaking down my setup here and try to get some sleep because I'm worried about the dogs tonight. But I'll be on stream again tomorrow and the rest of the week and stuff. So I'll message you on Discord and see if you're on to hop on, so we can actually click through some stuff. Do a little code review if you're up for it. If we got anywhere with. Alright folks, once again make sure you're subscribed. I'm going to start shutting this down just because of the time. It's going to take me a second to shut this down because I have internet issues with the computer that I use to shut things down. Let's see. Tonight I feel like I've had my hands tied behind my back. My whole environment tonight. It's been a rough one, but I appreciate you guys. Okay, come on. I need you to load. If I don't shut this down properly before killing the stream, it will look crazy. There we go. I got something to load. Alright. Hopefully I'm logged in the right account here. Yeah. Alright, so I'm going to disable the YouTube chat, guys. While I can. You see my internet situation is a total mess. I'm sure I can show you my setup here. I'm going to do that. Let me just quickly get out on camera. I'm going to connect to my phone. I'm going to enable background streams. Alright. So I'm connected on my cell phone here. And you're going to see me like dynamically control the stream. So I can push any updates tonight, but I can at least show you this. So you see that little character walking around? That's my phone. I'm going to click share camera on my phone. Back, triple camera. Oh, it's enable. Let's see if people can stream. 2 seconds. To prevent stream hijacking, set up a little system. Alright, now I should be able to do it. Split this one. So that's the dog that cost me a ton of money today. And like I said, I'm essentially camping tonight. You can see I'm in a camper. There's my bike back there. There's the computer setup, the Stream Deck that connects to Kynto. This is a completely custom coded system. Terrible internet tonight. I coded all of this. The YouTube live chat integration, which I just disabled. That's why if you guys are typing, I can't hear you right now. This is how I share my desktop. I go in here, I click chat, and then I go to desktop, share desktop, allow, and then I click share window. I can dynamically switch out which thing you see at real time. And we go back to camera. I can click stop sharing over here so the connection gets better. And yeah, so I have to pack all this back up and get the office tomorrow. Bloody hell, the internet's bad here. Cheers for checking it out, guys. I appreciate like tonight and the subscriptions. Is your Discord channel hyper? Let's see if I can post a link for it. Just in case you're not in already. Since we're ending the stream, I don't think there's any harm. But if you guys were interested in what you've seen tonight, you'll like it tomorrow. Alright folks, catch you later. Cheers for joining me. Make sure you get that Discord link before I hop off. I'm shutting it down now. Let's make sure kicking everything's disconnected. Spirit. Alright, no worries. Right, everyone have a great Sunday. Enjoy the rest of your day and enjoy your night. Cheers folks.